Hello everyone, we are from Group 1 and today we would like to present our academic research poster entitled Teaching Strategies for Speaking Most Frequently Investigate in EFL Research. So this study focuses on speaking instruction in English as foreign language or EFL, and it's based on recent research published between 2020 and 2025.
Okay, so in the background, we speaking is one most important skill in learning English as a foreign language. And then, however, learning English, teaching speaking is not always easy. Many students feel anxious, lack confidence, and have a limited chance to practice speaking in class. In addition, teachers use different strategies depending on the learning context, which makes the research finding quite varied. And then different class in this description in the background. Different class is meaning a different level class, different teaching challenge, and the different country. Because of this all, many studies have discussed speaking teaching strategies, but the result are still not clearly summarized. Therefore, the study aims to review previous research systematic. The study used systematic literature review or SLR to identify the speaking teaching strategy that are most frequently investigated in EFL research from 2020 to 2025 and to provide an overview of recent trend in speaking interaction.
Okay, now let's move to method of this study. These research apply a systematic literature review guided by the PRISMA review process. For the data collection, we search academic article using Google Scholar through the Publish or Paris tool. For the keyword, we use speaking, teaching strategies, and EFLs. The publication period was limited to studies published between 2020 and 2025. From the initial search, around 1,000 articles we identified. After screening and applying inclusion and exclusion criteria, 21 peer-reviewed journals articles were selected for the final review. For the data analyzed, we conduct screening and eligibility review, followed by qualitative coding using Atlas TI to identify recurring speaking teaching strategies.
Okay, and now we move to the result of our study. Based on the systematic literature review, a total of 21 peer-reviewed journal articles meet the inclusion criteria and we are included in this study. And all of this study were conducted in EFL context and focused specifically on speaking instruction. And overall, the results shows that recent EFL research mainly focused in interactive and learner-centered speaking strategies, and these strategies encourage students to actively use English rather than only listening to explanation or memorizing language form. As shown in the chart, roleplay was identified as the most frequently investigate speaking strategies, and it appeared in 9 out of 21 studies, and this indicates that roleplay is considered a popular strategy for teaching speaking in a EFL classroom. And the second most frequently is discuss strategy was games, which appeared in 8 study, and games are commonly used because they create a fun and relaxed learning environment, which is help students feel more comfortable when they are speaking English. And next is task-based language teaching or TBLT was reported in 6 studies. So these strategies focus on using language to complete meaningful tasks such as solving problems or exchanging information. In contrast, discussion and storytelling were each reported in 5 studies. Although these strategies appear less often, they still receive consistent research attention. And the results indicate that role play, games, and task based learning are the most frequently studied speaking teaching strategies in recent TFL research. And these findings suggest that current studies strongly emphasize interaction, practice, and meaningful communication in speaking instruction.
Okay, moving on to the discussion section. The dominance of role play, games, and task-based learning shows that recent research views speaking as a skill that develop best through interaction, practice, and meaningful communication. Role play, in particular, is frequently discussed because it places students in real life like situation, allowing them to practice speaking naturally and reduce anxiety. Games are also popular because they create a relaxed and enjoyable learning environment, which helps students feel more confident and willing to speak. Task-based, task-based language teaching focuses on completing meaningful tasks, encouraging students to use language for real communication instead of focusing only on grammar. On the other hand, discussion and storytelling appear less frequently, not because they are ineffective, but possibly because they are more flexible and less structured, making them harder to analyze systematically in research. So, finally, we come to the conclusion. Overall, the systematic literature reviews show that recent EFL speaking research strongly favor interactive teaching strategies. Among all strategies, role play, games, and task-based language teaching are the most frequently investigated because they promote active participation and meaningful communication. However, the unique focus on different strategies suggests that research trends are often influenced by practical and methodological consideration rather than instructional value alone. Therefore, future research is encouraged to explore a broader range of speaking strategies to better understand how speaking skills develop in diverse ENF learning environments. So, that is the end our present our poster presentation. So, thank you very much for
Thank
your
you very
attention.
much for your attention. Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Thank you. Dah.